Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. This is day number no, it's much more days than that. One too many days, let's say that. In today's video we're going to be talking about the predictions. We've now got to the semi-final stage of the Olympics. I'm excited, you must be all excited, and there's a lot to expect. There's obviously the men's singles. We've got still Novak Djokovic. We've got Corona Buster still in. He's the massive underdog from Spain. We got Karen Khachanov as well, another underdog, unexpected. And of course, lastly, we've got Alexander Zverev. And we will be going through it all. And we've actually got a question for you, all of you. So stay tuned. I'm just going to check if anyone's actually on here yet. There's no one, which is legendary. That's absolutely fine. I'm just going to quickly...
Day 5.
It's not day 5. We got it wrong because I haven't updated it.
It's day 5.
No, I didn't update day 5. I promise. I promise. It's literally day 6. I might get a... hold on. Alright, so yeah. We also got the finalists now. We know the finalists of this year's Olympics for the women's. They will be played tomorrow. Anywho, no one's on here yet, so we'll get started. So the men's singles, we will start with that. Who's excited?
Wait a bit.
So the men's singles.
But nobody's here.
Yeah, but we have to keep going.
Okay, we got.
You can't just stop though, yeah.
Well, yeah, but talk a bit before going straight in, because that's the main thing of our live stream. And if we've done that and
it's fine.
Not many people are here, then.
Alright.
But we have Junior Tennis Stars who has just arrived. Thank you so much, Junior Tennis Stars. Just seen your comment. So, this thing we're going to start with the question. So, today's debate. So obviously, I watched a bit Alexa's. I had a debate yesterday about the weather. So I think Alexa's just going to do a poll right now.
No, this one's different. I'm gonna.
Don't talk. Do a different one.
Don't talk about a different poll. You keep talking away. I'm gonna write down a poll. Go.
So what's your poll?
You'll wait.
Okay.
Keep talking.
So today's debate is whether there should be on-court coaching. So I've seen a lot on Instagram. Some big names are talking a bit about on-court coaching. I heard about Tsitsipas saying that it should be allowed after each point. So like a coach standing on court and talking in between like points, giving tips and a bit of coaching. I probably disagree. I think that maybe after a set it could be allowed, but after all points it'd just be too much, and like it is your own match, to be fair. So I don't think you should have a coach like interrupting it. What about you, Alexis? What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think there should be any on-court coaching at all. What's the point? What's the point, really? The players have to figure it out themselves. If they're having a bad day, they have a bad day. They have to find ways through it. And we're just going to say hi to a few people. So we've got Hi Junior Tennis Stars. They've obviously got that photo competition that's still happening. So make sure, guys, if you have a good photo of yourself or a good video of yourself playing tennis, feel free to message Junior Tennis Stars. And yeah, so that's their massive promotion. And then we've got a person from Caldroy. The duo is back. Yeah, we're both here today. Yesterday there was away competing. I was doing it, and then the day before I was away competing and Ollie was doing it. So there you go. It's been a busy week. However, I've just made a poll about the... Well, of course, do you think there should be more support for mental health? We got 100% saying yes. The reason why I put that poll down is A, because Naomi Osaka, of course, she's a massive one. She struggles a lot with mental health. And lately, what's her name again? Simone Biles from gymnastics, the USA, the best in the world. She's been struggling a lot lately as well. After an incident that occurred in the Olympics, and it cost her to withdraw because of her mental health. So there you go. That's why I put that poll up. So far we've got 100% yes, so that's great to see. And how do you, what do you think, like for example, the Tennis Association could do to improve the mental health for tennis players? Do you think they should give the option whether to do interviews or not? Comment down below. Of course, there are exceptions. Oh, you take your hat off. There are exceptions where there's obviously in a contract where they sign it. I lost track because this hat keeps coming on and off.
Oh.
Like it's just the duo is really hard to get on here because like there's cut off. But oh well. Well, Novak had a Chancellor's quarterfinal demolished. I was surprised. Now let's get on to the men's singles. Well, glad you mentioned that. I was really surprised by Novak Djokovic, who played against Kei Nishikori. That was an unexpected, well, it was an unexpected match, really. I didn't really think it'd be 6-2, 6-love. It's a complete demolish. Kei Nishikori, he's got the home well, he's in the home ground. He should feel comfortable around it, but no, Djokovic just gave absolutely nothing to the bronze medalist from 2016, Kei Nishikori. And fair play to Novak Djokovic. I believe now that he's going to try and, well, I think he could get the gold medal. It depends how he plays against Zverev. Zverev, he knows how to play against Novak Djokovic. On a good day, he could beat him, and yeah, so you never know what could happen. But Djokovic so far looks unstoppable, barely dropping it. He hasn't dropped a set yet, and yeah, he's going for the Golden Slam plus the Olympics in 2021 this year. On the coaching fiasco, I feel Tsitsipas has gone mad. No way you can allow coaching. Oh yeah, 100%. Tsitsipas is just doing it for the marketing. He's just marketing himself, really. He wants to get attention on the social media, and yeah, that's what I think. So yeah, I think he knows that he can't do it all the time, and it's ridiculous. So yeah. Anywho, we'll get onto the men's singles now. We've waited 7 minutes, so that's good enough. We have, of course, Novak Djokovic beating Kei Nishikori, the hometown, 6-2, 6-love, and he will now be facing Alexander Zverev, who played Jeremy Chardy and won 6-4, 6-1. Now the number 1 seed will play against number 4 seed. And in the bottom half of the draw, we've had some unexpected wins. We had Karen Khachanov, who won in an epic 3-set match against the 14th seed Hugo Humbert from France, 7-6, 4-6, 6-3. So the Russian Khachanov, the last one standing, advances through to the semi-finals. Now at the bottom side, we got Corona Busta from Spain beating Daniel Medvedev, the number 2 seed, 6-2, 7-6. Now, I've heard rumours that apparently Daniel Medvedev has suffered a little bit from the heat, and of course he might have an injury. He might just be saying that. He looked a bit frustrated, but credit to Corona Busta for being the last Spaniard advancing through to the top 4, and there's a 75% chance he has a medal, so great result for him. He should be very proud of himself. It's a huge achievement. The top draw compared to the bottom half of the draw is kind of uncomparable. The Djokovic versus Zverev should definitely be a final for a gold medal match, but that's how it works. Sometimes you're lucky with the draws, sometimes you're not. Karen Khachanov versus Corona Busta, it could go either way really. Purely depends on the day for Karen Khachanov, I reckon. He might have a very, very strong day and get to the finals, or he might have a very off day and go for the bronze medal match potentially. However, the favourite to win that match is Corona Busta, number 6 seed. And then of course the top seed we have number 1, number 4 seed. Zverev, tough match. I believe Zverev could do it potentially. It's going to be a tough call, however. So that's what I think. A guy like Rafa can afford Moya, but a 300 ranked player cannot afford a top coach. Also, you should figure out your way on court on yourself, like most of the individual sports. Absolutely, I 100% agree with you there. It's very, very important to be able to play. You have to use your brain, basically. Don't rely on other people to help out. So yeah, Zverev versus Djokovic will be closer than what people think, hopefully, because Zverev beat Djokovic in the ATP finals in exactly the best of 3. So Zverev, who knows what could happen, and I really hope for the best. Now, of course, that's the semi-finals set for the men's singles. For the women's singles, the semi-finals was actually played today, and let me just get it up for you. So the semi-finals for the women's were as follows. Benicic, the number 9 seed, is through to the finals for the very first time for Switzerland after beating the Kazakhstan Rybakina, the 15th seed, who made an unbelievable effort. The score was 7-6 to Benicic, 4-6, and then 6-3, and Benicic, to celebrate, fell on the floor and was in disbelief to make it all the way to the finals, making her country very proud, I'm sure of it. Guaranteed a medal now. And on the bottom half of the draw, an upset, I'm going to say, as Vondrousova from Czech Republic absolutely destroyed Switzerland, the number 4 seed, 6-3, 6-1, and is now through to the finals. So we have Vondrousova versus Benicic, and feel free to comment down below, guys, who do you think is going to win that? And then for the bronze medal match, we have Ukrainian Switzerland versus the Kazakhstan Rybakina, and make sure to comment down below as well who you think that will be for the finals, for the medal, sorry. So that's been a very interesting day. I wasn't expecting Switzerland to lose. I actually voted that she'd win the whole thing, so an unexpected turnaround. But you know, nobody's perfect. So yeah. And then we've got some comments. If things go well, a Pablo Corona Buster versus Djokovic final would be fun, with the same line judge in action who acted like a Karen, and got Novak disqualified. Oh, that'd be brilliant. Imagine that happened. That would be so crazy for Novak Djokovic, of course. I'm sure he feels the pressure. In fact, we recently got sent this post. I'm going to read it off the phone, and bear with me just 1 second. It was sent to me. It was about Novak Djokovic and how he feels about pressure. So let me just read it out loud right this minute. I think it's sent here. Okay, so Djokovic was saying, pressure is a privilege. Without pressure, there is no professional sport. If you are aiming to be at the top of the game, you better start learning how to deal with pressure and how to cope with those moments on the court, but also off the court, all the expectations. So there you go, Djokovic, he knows what he's talking about. He knows how to handle the pressure. He knows he has so much on him to try and get the golden slam, to try and do the impossible. So yeah, very inspirational quote. In fact, loads of people struggle to handle pressure. I, for one, do. I don't know why. I tend to put pressure on myself, but exactly what he said, you have to handle it, and that's why Novak Djokovic is the number 1 in the world and is the best. That's purely the reason, guys. So, we are now onto the men's doubles side. Now, it's going to be a fun one. We have the Croatian pair, number 1 seed, Mektic versus Pavic, beating the United States, Sandrin and Krejcik. I'm not going to be able to say his name. 6-4, 6-4. And they are playing their teammates from Croatia as well, Cilic versus Dojic. So that's fun. 2 medals for Croatia, guaranteed. And the 3rd and 4th playoff is Team USA versus New Zealand, Daniel and Venus. So it's going to be exciting. Personally, I would like to see Cilic versus Dojic win that. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting match for sure, especially as especially as a Croatian fan. Loads of people must be cheering on for both of them, no matter what the turnout is. And yeah, and that got misquoted, and he got steamrolled by a press. Hilarious stuff. Oh, what was that about? Sorry, I don't remember that. He got steamrolled by. You need to show me this, man. I don't know what you're on about. So that's the latest upsets. the major upsets was definitely Daniil Medvedev. Let's talk about him a little bit. What do you think Daniil Medvedev as a player himself? Do you think highly of him, or do you... Because you either like Daniil Medvedev, in my opinion, or you don't. And of course, you may not be surprised, but he broke his racket after losing his quarterfinal match. Let's see what's been said about him. So, Tokyo Olympics, BBC Sport, Daniil Medvedev struggling in the heat, and of course he's been struggling from an injury by the looks of it. I can't actually see exactly, but just looking at a photo. Yeah, he took a medical timeout, so there is some sort of injury with him, and hopefully he recovers very soon. Yeah, that Novak statement. Oh, okay. I didn't know that, bro. I didn't know. I have to check that out. Definitely. So, guys, if you don't have any questions, please feel free to ask as many questions as you can. Or any way to support us would be great to have some engagement on. We're just on about the Olympics, my predictions, and in fact, let me just say my predictions for the men's singles. So for the men's singles, Djokovic versus Zverev, I still think it's a tough one, but I need to watch some highlights to make my full decision, but by the looks of things, Novak Djokovic is just looking on far too good form, so I believe he'll advance to the final, and he'll play... Oh, it's a tough one. Corona Bustov, Khachanov, they're both equal level, I'd say. I'm going to go for Khachanov. Khachanov's had some tough matches, and he's gone through them all. He's beaten Hugo Humbert, who's on great form right now. He's also beaten... Who else did he beat? He beat Schwartzman. Schwartzman had a bit of an off year, but that's a good win for Khachanov. And then he also had... Where is he? He had Duckworth, but who isn't that intense. But this is probably the toughest match he's going to face so far, so it'd be interesting to see how he reacts. So I'm hoping for Djokovic, Khachanov, and then Djokovic to win, and Zverev for the bronze medal, and then Corona Buster just dropping fourth. So that's my prediction. For the women's single, I think I would like to see Benecic winning, but I think Vondrousova beating Svitolina 6-3, 6-1. It's not going to be an easy one for Benecic. She has to have a very strong game plan. She has to make sure she sticks to it, and that's it really. Alright, so a section of press thought Novak took a shot at Naomi Osaka with his statement. Oh, okay, I see. Wow, that's quite funny. Watch ATP Finals highlights between Novak and Zverev. You'd love it. Oh, I remember watching the match. Zverev, he was grinding Djokovic out. Djokovic got really annoyed, and yeah, I definitely remember that. So yeah, that's all I can say. So that's it, guys. That's the latest Olympics update for me. If only there was anything to say, then...
You finally finished?
Well, yeah, there's not much to say. Of course, it's getting less and less matches to be played. So you feel free if you want to.
Okie dokie. Right, there is something you've missed, Alexis. So, over the last couple of days, they have decided the Olympics to do some mixed doubles. So that started yesterday, I think, the first round matches. So I'm just getting the draw up right now.
Djokovic playing that.
Djokovic was #1 seed, I think, for that. Oh no, no, I'm wrong there. It's Maut and Madlenovic. So obviously the French pair. Madlenovic has been doing very well in doubles recently, doing well with Carolina Garcia in like the Fed Cup, but unfortunately they lost first round. So the Russian Karatsev and Vesnina, they took out the #1 seeds 6-4, 6-2 to then beat Swiatek and Kubot 6-4, 6-4. So now in the semi-finals, so Swiatek and Kubot in their first match, they beat thanks for that, Alexis. They beat Ferro and Herbert. See, Herbert, he does a bit quite a bit of doubles. Would have been quite cool if they faced each other in the quarterfinals, the French pair, but they both lost in the first round, which I'd say is quite unexpected. Normally the French are very good at doubles. They got some strong pairs, but unfortunately not this time. Going down the draw, there was the number 3 seeds, Matic Sanders and Ram, who normally plays a lot with Joe Salisbury, the Englishman. So they lost to Siegmund and Krawitz in a close 6-4, 4-6, 7-5, 10-8. And then we've got the Brazilian pair, Marcelo Melo, obviously a high doubles player, does very well. I think normally he plays with Kubot. Him and Stefani, they lost to Stojanovic and Djokovic. Obviously, Stojanovic plays more doubles. 49th ranked in the world. So that is very good, very high performance. So they won, obviously. They are now going to be in the semi-finals as they beat the German Siegmund and Krawitz 6-1, 6-2. Djokovic's reaction just said it all after that match. Was very happy to have won. And then moving on the draw, the home favourites, McLaren, he won his first match with Shribara. They had to play Golubov and his partner, who was Shedova. That was 6-3, 7-6. So now advance to play against Pavlyuchenkowicz and Rublev, which unfortunately they lost that. So that was 10-8 in the match tiebreak. So Pavlyuchenkowicz and Rublev beating Dodic and Durac 5-7, 6-4, 11-9 and very tight. And then they won 10-8, dominating those tie breaks. And we have the number 2 seeds Zachary and Tsitsipas. They beat Dabrowski and Felix Auger-Aliassime from Canada. That was 6-3, 6-4 to advance, playing Piers and Ashley Barty, who beat Podoroska and Zeballos 6-1, 7-6. So the number 2 seeds from Greece, they lost to Barty and Piers. So it was 4-6, 6-4, 10-6. So the semi-finals is as set. Djokovic and Stojanovic versus Vesnina and Karatsev, and Barty and Piers versus Rublev and Pavlyuchenkova. So I'd say Barty and Piers are going to face Djokovic in the final, and I'd say the Australian team can win that, looking very strong. They've taken out the number 2 seeds, and a lot of good doubles pairs. They are out, so I would definitely say that they're going to win the tournament. And the third place, I'm going to say it's the Rublev and Pavlyuchenkova are going to beat the other Russian team. That'd be cool to see them in the 3rd and 4th medalist. So that is the mixed doubles. And then we got some comments here I've just seen. Andermeyer, have you heard of the extraordinary story of Helen Glover proud after 4th place finished with Polly Swan in women's rowing pair? No, I did not hear about that. I haven't really been watching much of the rowing. I mean, I watched a bit during the rain delay yesterday at my tournament. That went on for hours. My match got delayed for 4 hours, so that wasn't the best. But I saw the men's, which they won that. Yes, I do think mental health should have more support. Yeah, I mean, for sure. Like, people, they don't really, like, media and stuff, they don't really think about, like, the mental health of tennis players and, like, all sports. They are just normal people at the end of the day. Even if they're celebrities, that doesn't mean they struggle either. So, I think definitely, yeah, there's not much support for them. Cowdrey, well, Rafa resumes his season at City Open next Wednesday. your thoughts. How deep you guys think he'll go into the tournament? Well, I mean, it depends who plays. I have not even seen the draw for City Open right now. Just watching the highlights of the Olympics. Just focusing on the Olympics right now. I know, obviously, Nick Kyrgios has been playing Atlanta. Obviously, heard about that. His comeback as well, where he's playing tomorrow against Cameron Norrie when he beats Anderson 7-6, 6-3. That's a very good win, to be fair. And then he's also in the quarterfinals for the doubles. But yeah, going back to Rafa Nadal, I think that'll be exciting to see him back. Obviously, it's not his clay, it's not his favourite surface, but obviously on hard he's still very good. I've just seen at tennis perspective, no, he's not the number 1 seed. Let us know in the comments who is. Probably Djokovic, if he is playing. Just looking at that a bit now. Right. He probably, if he's third. Okay, that's interesting. So there must be Medvedev and Djokovic playing, because they're obviously ahead of him in the rankings. Probably if Medvedev doesn't play, then yes, Novak shouldn't play. Logistically impossible for him. I mean, yeah, he's been doing mixed doubles, men's doubles, singles. So I think he's gonna have a break after this. He's definitely gonna be quite tired, having some long days, playing like 3 events nearly in 1 day, potentially. So that's that. So I'll definitely be checking that. The City Open. After this, of course, we might even do some live streams. That's depending on the timings, because of course it's in America, and it might be tough for Europe, obviously. But I see Alexis a bit active on the chat, which is good. So yeah, I might have a look actually. The City Open, the seedings going out for that. So here we are, the players for the City Open. So it starts the 31st of July to the 8th of August. So literally just after, well, the finishes after the Olympics finishes. So there is Felix. He's playing Bublik. I think Bublik has a good chance. I think he's quite underrated, to be honest. Alex de Minaur, speedy guy on the court. He does some good results. Grigor Dimitrov, I mean, it's good to see him back. He's climbing up the rankings slowly, so that's good. Evans, back from COVID. Taylor Fritz. Those are like the big names. There's obviously Hurkacz, Aslan Karatsev. Karen Khachanov's going to go in the Olympics to there. Be tough after he plays either the 3rd and 4th or the finals. So as Lex mentioned, he's got a 75% chance of getting a medal. Nick Kyrgios is going to go to that after. It's good to see him back in some tournaments. So Rafa Nadal, I think he's a wildcard entry, so I think he entered late. But I mean, it's good to see him back on the court, competing. So Keen Shikori, Benoit Pierre. He's been struggling a lot since there's no crowd, but hopefully he can do alright in that tournament. It's quite a strong tournament, to be fair. Don't know if it's I think it's a 500 actually, ATP 500. But there's also Alexei Popurin, Tommy Paul, Sam Querrey, and yeah, a lot of big names. Denis Shapovalov, Sinner, TFO. So actually that'll be quite an exciting tournament. I'm not sure yet if Alexis has done his tennis draw bracket for that. Bracket challenge, something that we do, where we predict the results for like who wins each match. Let's have a look. So Washington DC is coming out as well. That's very soon. So yeah, I think August is a very exciting month for like tournaments. I know There's a lot of like 500s, so that'll be exciting. How will Novak play this on Wednesday? He has a Tokyo finals on Sunday. If he plays, take a flight of almost 24 hours and play. He'll tear a muscle if he does that. Yeah, I mean, that's dedication to the sport. Obviously, that's the life of a tennis player. He plays here, and then he has to go somewhere. Next day, he's nearly already playing. It's not the best for the preparation, whereas like other players, they've obviously had like a week. Haven't maybe done as well in the Olympics. They've had some time to prepare for it. Nick Kyrgios obviously doing some prep before like US Open and some tournaments. Exciting to see him back, but I think that'd be good. If there's any other questions, then I'll wait like maybe a minute or two. But that's about it, to be honest. I haven't really seen the women's doubles, who's left in the draw. Obviously that they're quite far on as well, probably semis. Let's have a quick look quickly. So I think obviously Matic, Barty and Sanders were still left. Oh no, they're out. So the gold medal match is Bencic and Golubic as well. So that's amazing for Bencic. If she can win in the singles and doubles, that'll be like a dream come true. It'll be so good for the Swiss. But they have a very tough match against Krejcikova and Siniakova. Oh crap. What have I done? So they have that, and then the bronze medal match is Vesnina and Kudermetova against the Brazilian pair. To be honest, I don't know any tennis players from Brazil apart from Marcelo Melo. So very good effort. Pigossi and Stefani. So that is all the draws. Playing back-to-back weeks at 34, he's been through a rough clay season, grassy, and now Tokyo. Man, you don't want Djokovic to end his career at US. No, of course not. He's still quite young compared to Federer. I think he's got still a couple of years, but while Federer lasted much longer is because he's been doing very well. He hasn't been playing loads of tournaments and then suffering from injuries. Obviously Federer had one big injury so far in his career, I'd say, so he's been quite lucky there. Federer has done quite well. But yeah, it's like asking Federer to come out of double knee surgery and play Monte Carlo, Brazil, Madrid, Rome and French back to back. He'll be left with no legs after that. Yeah, of course it's just not possible. Obviously Federer doing it very smart, obviously, because he wants to prolong his career. So he did like one tournament. He missed like a week or two, maybe another one. He's been doing quite smart. I think also Rafa Nadal, the reason why he didn't do Tokyo and a couple of others is just to prolong his career. I mean, when you're at that age, when you're very old, like 34, 35, it has to be done. Otherwise, of course, your career won't last as long if you're playing every single tournament, 500, 1,000. It's just you won't last after a while. You're going to be like so. You might get injured or you won't play your best anymore, and then you might have to retire. I mean, Federer, that's what might happen. Not sure. I mean, for now, he hasn't announced anything. Obviously, it was said after the Olympics, but obviously, I don't think that's true. I think he's going to just carry on because he's still doing quite well. He's still in the top 10, so I don't see why not. What do you think of Andy Murray's comments when he lost his doubles match? I mean, I think I only saw his tweet on Twitter. He basically just said, "Sorry, I'm so bad at doubles, Joe Salisbury." He didn't say much wrong. I mean, he did swear in it, but it might be his last Olympics. To be fair, he was basically inferring. But I'd like to see him maybe one more year, one more Olympics. Sorry, But obviously, Andy Murray, I think he's like 34 right now, so he'd be 38. So unless he does like Roger Federer, then I don't think he'll have another one. Especially as he's struggling. Well, he's coming back from injury. He hasn't been having the best results, but he's still getting in those tournaments from wildcards. So I guess he's still alright for now. He's still trying to compete with those big guys, so yeah, he should be okay. What else have we got? We have 7 rounds of French is rough on the body. Also, he made Rome finals. Yeah, he did very well in the clay season, but obviously, the more he plays, the more he has to give himself like 100%. The more he trains, so it's tough life, especially when you're much older, to keep up there at the top. But I mean, he's still doing well for now. He's only 34, so he's got some time. Federer's been dominating until like 38, so I think he can carry on for a couple of years if he does well like Federer, avoiding injury, avoiding playing all those tournaments. And yeah, how's your summer been playing tournaments? It's not too bad, thank you, Alex. Me and Alexis, we both went to Somerset, so about an hour and a half away from us. We both came second in doubles there. I won a 16 under tournament and a 14s doubles as well. I went to Woking yesterday. I lost my first there, won my other 2, so pretty good. We've got like a whole week tomorrow. We've got a whole week, not tomorrow, like next week of competing 14, 16 singles, doubles. Alexis doing 18s and men's. So we've got like a whole schedule there. So we'll be very busy with competing. So that was quite good. Yeah, if anyone can, it's Novak. Really on that. I mean, I think Novak right now, he's on top form. He's kind of nearly matching his like 2012. Obviously, even then he could never do a Golden Slam, and I think this year he's got a very good chance for that. I think if he beats Zverev, he's won the tournament. That's what I think. I think Zverev is definitely a harder opponent than Karen Khachanov or obviously the number 6 seed Karina Busta. Returning from injury, do you think could cause some mental health issues? I'm not sure, to be honest. I think yes, it could. Yeah, because obviously if he doesn't get like the results he wants, or is struggling with like other injuries, then yeah, it could lead to some. But I think the press is probably like the most reason for mental health, because they judge a lot. They ask us some like personal questions, and you feel a bit like under pressure. So what happens? Yeah. Is Andy talking about retirement from the game? To be honest, not that I've heard. I think he's still been saying like, I'm loving it, loving tennis, so I'm gonna carry on until like as long as I can. From what I've heard, but I think it may come like sooner than Djokovic or Nadal. But obviously having hip surgery is very hard to come back from that. Obviously, we did a video with Julien. He had like hip surgery and he just couldn't back. So coming back, there's even a very good effort from him. He's still winning some matches, so I think he should retire. Not really. Same here. I've played a few grade 4s. I'm playing men's grade 5 on Saturday, where I'm the number 1 seed. Got a grade 3 next week, plus club champs event. Yeah, good luck for that, Alex. We're doing quite similar. So we've got 3, I think even 4 regionals coming up for August. So we'll be quite busy there. So I've got Road Wimbledon. So we're playing in Wimbledon from the 8th to the 14th. So obviously depending how I do. So that'll be a great experience. Good. And there's only allowed 2 spectators, so I assume that will be my parents, because obviously with COVID, maybe one day Alexis will come, no clue, so we'll see about that. Cox, if he had to retire, he would have retired before that hips replacement. So, to be honest, I never even knew he had a hip injury. He was playing like before I think I was even born or similar, so I don't really know him that well, to be honest. I just know he's British. You guys in UK now? Where in UK? We're so in the southwest. Yeah. No, I'm from Aberdeen. So events across from Scotland. That's pretty. I don't think Alexis has been to Scotland before, but would love to. Southampton. No, we're about an hour from Southampton, so yeah. Playing likely this week. Yeah, I think I remember a couple of weeks ago a lot of Scottish came down to our club to play a couple of tournaments, so that was pretty awesome. So that's about that. So I have a comment. Is it possible that you guys live stream your matches? Would be fun. Yeah, that'd be awesome. It's very hard in tournaments because you have to ask like the referee, I think the club, the parents, the players. So it's a lot of hard work. And obviously, if they disagree, then we can't. But and there's one tournament where they're recording your matches like live. I came second there actually in 18 under.
Have you used that footage?
Yeah, we never received that actually, but they had like a massive camera, so that was awesome. But that was obviously like a long time ago now. So yeah, they're trying to invest like recording there, so that was pretty cool. Olivier, do you think players are concerned about the responsibilities and commitments that success brings? That's a very good question, actually. Yeah, I think obviously committed to tennis, and if the success doesn't really come, then obviously that could lead to mental health, and that's what I'd say. So yeah. Yeah, definitely, Alex, we need a GoPro for that.
Stick it up against the fence.
There we go. Stick it up against the fence. Try and get a really nice angle. Fun me page. So yeah, if there's any other questions or anyone would like to talk to Alexis, I might stay on a minute longer. But apart from that, I think I've talked about everything I wanted to talk about. I might look at the update of the Olympic medal table. I think still Japan are on the China are on the top. China have overtaken Japan. I think Japan were first for a bit. The medal table hasn't really changed. So Great Britain are now 6th though, instead of 5th. That's about it. So for those that want to watch the Olympics tomorrow, I'll just talk about which sports are on tomorrow. So let's have a look on Google. Which events are on the Olympics today? There we go. So obviously day 6, there was it wouldn't be day 6 today, so day 7, that's right. So there is the men's individual golf is starting, so that's round 2. There's some women's 100-meter freestyle. There's the finals of the men's 200 individual medley, so swimming. The men's 8 rowing, so that's the finals. The women's singles sculls and the rowing. Then obviously the tennis going on. There's athletics, men's high jump, women's 800-meter, the heat 4, and BMX racing. That's always very cool. The tricks they can do is pretty awesome. So there's a lot to look out for tomorrow. So that will be pretty good. I'll definitely try and watch some of that, because tomorrow I think I'm playing an hour of tennis, but that's about it. So I've got a tournament from Sunday, literally all week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I think Friday as well. So yeah, we're going to be very busy coming up. So if we do live stream, then we might only do like 1 or 2 matches, maybe Rafa's or whoever, Kyrgios maybe. Do you guys think Federer will play US Open swing? Yeah, I think he will. I think he will try and get back for the Grand Slams, play a few tournaments to prepare. Maybe like the Washington DC one. I'm not sure if the draw's already come out for that. But skip and prepare for Australia. I don't know. I think he'll play like 1 or 2 tournaments now, and then a couple in preparation for the Australian Open. But he's obviously still taking a bit careful. He's not going back to full tough schedule again as was before. But when he does play, it's obviously exciting to play. So as he mentioned, that some knee issues resurfaced in the quarterfinals. Oh, I didn't hear about that either. No. But yeah. So I think we're gonna call that it. Thank you all for watching.
Thank you. Yeah, sorry, carry on.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, share to your friends, press that bell button so you don't miss any future videos. We've got some upcoming very soon, so that's going to be pretty cool. Stay tuned for that. And oh, just before I leave, hello Olivier. Well, we're just finishing up right here, but I appreciate you joining Christian. He's holidaying currently, so probably not that big an issue, I hope. Oh, who's that? Federer? He's on holiday. Pretty cool. I like the poll. Alexis made that. He's saying thank you probably on the chat. So we're going to try and have like a question, like a poll we'll put on most days. Just see your opinions and stuff. So yeah.